We have heard many comments in the last few days like, were these tears real? Could Leo agree on a further salary reduction to stay in the club of his heart? Let's go back to 2010 very quickly to understand the current situation. Laporta left the club, and in the next decade, between 2010 and 2020, Rusey and Bartomeu spent over 1,600 million euros in transfers, like 40 million for Arda Turan, 37 million euros for Andre Gomez, 36 million for Alexis Sanchez, or 35 million for Lenglet, just to name a few. Whilst Barca's expenditure in transfers increases, the club's revenue and team's performance too, with 2 Champions League and 6 league titles. As a consequence of that, Barca's brand value skyrockets to become the most valuable brand on earth in 2020. During those times, the club had too much money, and since Barcelona is a not-for-profit fan-owned institution, all money earned is reinvested in the club. And as Bartomeu's financial director said, we have rather have the money on the field than in the bank. For that reason, they kept paying high transfer fees like 120 for Dembélé, 140 for Coutinho, or 120 for Griezmann, and offered disproportionate salaries to the point where Barca's main selling point to attract new talent was not an ambitious sporting project nor the chance to play in one of the greatest clubs in the history of football, but money. The philosophy was, if you play for Football Club Barcelona, you need to be the highest paid player in your position. But then, COVID comes, and whilst the revenues dramatically drop, the costs remain fixed as the players have long-term contracts and do not want to agree on salary cuts. Consequence of that? A total loss for the 2021 year of 487 million euros, a worldwide record never seen in the history of European football. In front of this situation, Messi agrees on a severe salary cut of 50% in order to continue in the club of his heart. But this 50% salary cut is not enough for fitting Leo's contract of around 35 million euro net per season within the financial fair play rules. And here is where we hear multiple fans saying, could Leo have agreed on a further salary cut? The answer is no. Leo went as low as he legally could. Financial fair play rules based on Spanish working laws consider a maximum 50% decrease in salary between 2 consecutive contracts. In other words, even if Barcelona and Leo had agreed on a, let's say, 5 million euro annual wage, Laliga will not have accepted that and would have considered for financial fair play calculations a maximum of a 50% cut, so 35 million euros. In front of this situation, and knowing how harmful it is for the Spanish league to lose a big star like Messi, its president Javier Tebas proposed a deal with a private fund, CVC Partners, that will represent 2.8 billion euro injection in cash to all Spanish clubs. Nevertheless, this seemed more like a strategy to pull Barca and Real out of the Superleague than a way of helping Spanish clubs deal with financial fair play rules during the pandemic. And this is where Laporta's board of directors came in and refused that deal because it will engage the club TV and merchandising rights for 50 years. They prefer instead to wait for the Super League project, which will generate an injection of cash 20 times higher than that. Many sources said that Laporta did not actually take that decision, but his warrantors did. As you might remember, in order to become Barca's president, Laporta had to secure a 125 million euros bank guarantee. He struggled with that, but managed to close a last-minute deal with different investors. Well, apparently, these investors were not willing to take the risk of keeping Leo Messi's salary and forced Laporta to invest on the Super League project, which will for sure solve Barcelona 474 million euro losses. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know your comments and questions below and we will make sure to answer them all. See you soon!